I want to calculate the average and standard deviation of both data sets. The real reason, I mean, I did want to compare the two, but a real reason that I made the graphs was to make sure I should even use an average. Should I even use the average? Well, this tells me I'm probably okay using the average, because it's not so skewed that the average is going to get yarded one way or the other. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's the big idea is you want to take a look at it. Now before we take our 5-minute break, I want to make sure you guys understand the way we have to do this. So, blank screen. This guy right here, remember how there's a cute little formula for calculating an average on a group data? X, F, X times F, sum up the X times F's, divide by the sum of F's. There's a corollary for the standard deviation, it's that, which makes students feel like that. Yeah. So, with your permission, we're not going to use that.
Excellent.
We're going to use technology instead. And now some students get upset, they want to see formulas. I'm like, if you want a formula, there it is. That's the formula for standard deviation when you have group data. And you're going to recognize some of the stuff in there, aren't you? You're going to recognize the XFs, right? If you see the summation of X times F over N, there's your average. Now it's had algebra done to it. It's had algebra done to it, which is why you have a common denominator with the N minus 1 there. But I got a feeling that you're not going to want to deal with this, number one. Number two, it's 9 o'clock and you want to walk around and get a break. So let's not do this. We'll learn how to use our TIs to do it instead very, very rapidly. Because the important part, to me anyway, and I think to all of us, is not the calculation of the number, but rather what?
Understanding.
An understanding of what the number is telling you. The problem with this formula, can anybody see what the problem with this formula is, other than the fact that it makes you want to puke? What's the problem with it mathematically? What's going to happen if you try to do this? You're going to get confused. You're most likely going to screw up somewhere. You're going to forget a squared. You're going to forget an N minus 1. Not because you're careless, but because there's a lot of math going on there. Eh? I'd rather bypass all that, get right to that number, and then tell ourselves what it means. Let's do that. After break. Take 5, yes? Yes, we'll turn this off. Stop looking at it. I'm sorry. We need to make breakfast. Come back there.